playing the air guitar right now.
Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform out of pure flesh. You spread your wings to light from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire, burn a thirst and desire. You transform out of pure flesh. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Hey, cool cats and kittens. Right, Amy? How's everyone doing? I know, Joyce. I was going to go live this morning, but I have been busy since I've gotten back from Tennessee. Like, it's been crazy. So I didn't get to let me fix this microphone 1 second. I didn't really get to do anything. Well, thank you, Amy. Thank you. Hello, Poppy. Hello, everyone. What's everyone doing today? Everyone good? Guys, this case of Sebastian Rogers feels like Summer Wells 2.0. It really does. It feels so much like Summer's case. There's a lot of passion in this case, and people feel strongly both ways. There's people that feel very strongly that Chris and Katie are innocent, that they had nothing to do with it, and technically they are innocent until proven guilty. They're not named a suspect, but then there's people that feel that they know more at the very least, and it is just wild. It's wild. I really don't know. I really don't. Hey, Chloe, Max Chica, Millie, Canadian Cookie, Reality Wins, Robin, hello, Michelle. I just wish like everyone could respect each other's opinions on here. That would be nice, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. It's weird. YouTube is a weird place sometimes. Very weird. But yeah, when it comes to Madeline Soto, he is such a coward. Such a coward. You wouldn't even show up, wouldn't even show your face. You didn't have any problem getting in front of the news whenever you were talking about Madeline, knowing just hours before you had thrown her into a field and covered her very lightly with some brush. I was just in another chat and those folks was making my blood pressure sky high. Dispatch, don't watch them. Don't watch if listen, your mental health is very important. And if something like that, it's really just not worth it. Just wanted you to know I've never missed a show, Justin. Aw. Oh, that's so sweet, Remy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, dear. Good to see you. Mom never charged. No, I don't think she's going to be charged, Gypsy, either. I don't think she's going to be charged. I don't know, man. And when it comes to Sebastian's case, nobody is going to be charged until they find him. They're not. They're not going to. Nobody's going to be charged. That's just the way, particularly Tennessee works. And does the TBI know more than what we know? Of course. But are they stuck as well? That's what it seems, doesn't it? Because clearly it's been what, over 2 months? Still nothing. Still nothing. Jen plans to stay in a mental health facility. Is she still there? Is she still in a hospital? I knew she went there for a minute, but well, if Tennessee would change the law that could prosecute without a body, that might be. Yeah, I mean, do we think he is still? Lisa, I'll be honest with you. I don't. I don't think so. Personally, I pray to God in heaven I am wrong, but I don't think so. I really don't. Thank you, Jules. I wondered where she. I think you mean was. Yeah, they can't charge with that. They're not going to charge without a body. Or, I mean, they will, but they have to have enough evidence to know. Like they would have to have, for instance, blood evidence, enough blood evidence to know that he couldn't have sustained life, or the person couldn't have sustained life from losing that much blood, right? So, I statistically odds aren't good for him. It's really not, Charlene. It's really not. And uh Peter Hyatt was talking about that as well. It's just not good. Maddie's mom was seen at her sister's house not long ago. Yeah, I think she's really close with her sister. Did you see that there really is no pep rally planned? Like for Sebastian, like Chris and Katie saying that they were going to. Is that what you're talking about, SL? Tennessee is a state that one can get away with. Um, it feels like it. It feels like it. Yay, always. Good to see you. Yeah, he did a great breakdown on that. I will be live this evening. We're going to be talking about this case, the motorcycle rally. Okay. But they never did forensics in the house and vehicles, did they? Um, well, no, not that I'm aware of, right? Not that I'm aware of. Chris and Katie are just habitual liars, in my opinion. I absolutely agree, Michelle. I absolutely. I mean, when you get secondhand embarrassment for another person because they're lying, or for whatever reason. Once they was in that bike shop and Katie reacted and said that was from years ago. Look at their shirts. Like, I was just like, Katie, at this point, I'm embarrassed for you for just saying that. You know, yeah, I get embarrassed for other people all the time. It's weird. Um, like when sometimes when like a creator's yelling at another person, I'm like, oh God, I feel like I don't know. I feel bad for him. They were there to buy a bike. I mean, well, this is the thing. Whenever Chris said that, remember in the beginning when he said that they had went to um an event for the bike. uh it was not this time with the bike, but he said that they had went to like a get together at a bike shop, and he told us like the bike shop and stuff. He did not go there. They were not there at that time, which makes me wonder where they were, you know, because someone that I know went there and asked, and they were never there at that time. Never there. And there wasn't even a flyer hung up. They didn't even know anything about Sebastian. There isn't a nobody on Tennessee. They can't just take someone to court and say, right, the real sunflower. I mean, they have to prove someone is not alive, right? I mean, they can technically charge someone, but when you go into a courtroom, you can't leave any reasonable doubt on the table, right? Can't leave any doubt on the table. That's a one shot, right? So if you don't know where he is and you don't have evidence of how someone has passed, you go into the courtroom, they're going to say, well, what happened? How did he pass? They're going to say, we don't know because we don't have him. You see what I mean? And then you have to prove intent. Did he intend to do, he or she intend, what was their intent? And then, just like I was saying the other day, it goes back to, well, let's say Chris smacked him. Well, it probably wasn't his intent to unalive him, right? Probably wasn't. But after, you know, in something happened to him, they, for instance, may have allegedly hid Sebastian, covered it up. That is where the crime really takes on. I mean, there can be a crime of obviously hitting, abusing a child, but, you know, calling the police, lying to the police, um, you know, they call it abuse of, a corpse, concealing. So that's where a lot of it, really gets crazy. Why aren't they being charging Chris with abuse and Katie with neglect? Um, Again, I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Daisy Love. It's sweet of you, dear. I don't know. I wish I did know. But I mean, I think Don and Candace should have been charged with that at the very least. We it's almost May, right? We are a month and a half, 2 months maybe from Summer Wells being missing. 3 freaking years. They have plenty of evidence for that. I mean, who hits an autistic child? Let's start with that. Who hits an autistic child? Oh, thank you, Chloe. Thank you, dear. I don't know. Chris does, right? And he admits it. He admits it. Who does that? Why would wh- I don't understand people who hit someone who doesn't understand fully or see things or even feels things differently than, how maybe another, I don't want to say, that someone who has, any type of disability, which I'm not saying it's a disability, but because in a lot of ways, autism is a strength, to be quite honest with you. I mean, look at Elon Musk, right? Um, it's hard to tell what poor Sebastian went through with those two. Yeah, and guys, this evening I'm going to be talking about a case, and I'm not going to tell you the case right now, but the case is this mother. She was in the military, and her child, she said, was in their room, and she heard something in the house. And she's looking around all over the house, right? But she doesn't go check on her daughter. Boy, who does that sound like? Who does that sound like, right? So, anyway, this mother ended up getting charged life in prison. And again, the police will obviously say a lot more once everything comes out and she's convicted, and which she was convicted and charged with, I think, a life in prison. But it goes back to that. Oh, why wouldn't you check on your kid? Right? You checked up on everywhere in the house when you heard something, but you didn't check on your kid. That would be like number one, where you should go to make sure your kid is okay. Off, Jules, off. I trust Seth. Only parents doing anything to find his easy. I absolutely agree with that. I agree with that. I mean, is Seth perfect? No, he's not. None of us are. Um, but he's damn sure looking for his only child. That's that's what really is really sad. This is his only child that he most likely will ever have, was little Sebastian. I don't know. What if the father took him out of the house in his work truck when returning to work? I think Uh, Katie was in a rage, and Chris finished it off. What if the father took him out of the house in his work truck when returning to work? Um, very possible. I mean, but this is the thing. So, like Chris, he will say, for instance, um, that he can't tell us where he was, you know, the weekends before or any other time in February whenever he visited the house. But then he says he never visited the house. He kind of double speaks, and but yet he can tell us that, oh, he was absolutely working on the weekend, right, of Sebastian's disappearance. It doesn't make sense why you couldn't tell us where you were, where you have been, if you have visited your own home weeks, days, and weeks before Sebastian went missing. Why wouldn't he want to tell us that? You know why, in my opinion? Because he was home probably every weekend. I mean, they make it seem like it's, you know, from they're driving from DC to LA, once a week. It's 3.5 hours. And for Chris, excuse me, and for Chris, it's 3 hours and 7 minutes. So there's that. I wonder about that truck too. I think, in my opinion, Chris was hiding in the home and lost it on Sebastian when Katie was going to be, since rooms are on the other end of the house. Why is Seth riding around with a advertisement of an attorney instead of, oh really? I don't I didn't know that, True Crime Knitter. That's interesting. Um I hope that he has his son on uh his car, right? I mean, we to be fair, we've got to, the things that we expect for Seth if we support him. Um, we got to expect the same from Chris and Katie, right? Ad was on the side of Seth's truck. Maybe the attorney that is running the reward fund. The reward fund is very, very low. It's very low, guys. It's so low. You would think Chris and Katie, Chris's mother, would, you know, want to, drop some money to get you know, their child back, or stepchild, step grandchild. I don't think you really call them step grandchildren, but, you know, read what Mohawk said. His tailgate has Sebastian on it, and the lawyer is the one holding the reward money. Okay. So it's got, so that, thank you for clearing that up. So it's got an attorney on there with like reward money for saying about, if you know anything about Sebastian's case, call, I'm guessing, law enforcement. Or did a neighbor come out and say Chris was home until 9 that night? So, I can say that I have had a source tell me that Chris was allegedly home until 8:30, 9 o'clock that night. Um, but you know, if that is true, the phone situation is what is throwing me off. Did Chris have court with Nina yesterday? I don't think so. I think they delayed it. I think they delayed the court. Or Chris stayed in Memphis on weekends because he had a side chick. Okay. And didn't want to be around Sebastian. Katie got sick of this and had to do something to Sebastian to bring her man back, in my opinion. So, Maria, I think, allegedly Chris and Katie were having troubles in the marriage, which, let's be real, if you've been married long enough, you're going to have ups and downs in your marriage. That's life with anything else. And Chris was, you know there he's gone a lot. He's gone a lot. And Katie allegedly said, she needed a little space, perhaps. And, you know, did something happen, you know, Chris, like, I'm not coming back until Sebastian is gone. Maybe, maybe, you know, he's putting a wedge between our marriage. He doesn't respect me. Maybe Chris felt like maybe Katie snapped. I don't know. But I will tell you that the one thing, in my opinion, that I would believe wholeheartedly if they are involved. Um, if they are involved, Chris is the only he's he would never he would throw Katie under the bus. We'll just say that. He would just throw Katie under the bus, right? He would just throw Katie under the bus. Oh my God, Heidi, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much, my love. Look cute in that picture too, by the way. Thank you. I love you, my dear. Heidi is a long time friend. Thank you so much, Heidi. That is very, very generous of you. Appreciate you. Heidi was one of the very first people I met on YouTube. So we go way back. Thank you, Heidi. Very sweet. Um, Chris is too controlling not to be home for so long. I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. Yes, Kelly. This is Candy Kisses Forever, Justin, YouTube grandma. Hello, Candy Kisses. Good to see you. Is it true they are selling their house? Not that I'm aware of, Haley. But this is the thing. Thank you again, Heidi. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate you so much, my love. Um, by the way, Heidi, she lives up around the area of where Elijah Vu, God, um, you know, do you see they know Elijah Vu is not alive, right? They know he's not alive. But they are they're charging him. They're in jail. They're in jail. But with Elijah Vu's case, they've got pictures. They got a lot. And the police there in Elijah's Vu case, they're amazing. They are amazing police officers. And also Corpus Christi, Texas, they are really, really good police officers too with um God, I can't think of his name right now. Sorry, in the cases in Corpus Christi, I'll think of it here in a second. They might as well. They are never home waiting for Sebastian's return. Yeah, yes. And from what I understand, Katie is right back down in Mississippi, up to no good. The song down in Mississippi and up to no good. Does anybody know that song? Who sung that? Was it Sugarland? I think it was Sugarland. There's a new child abducted by his father who committed double. Yes, Daisy Love. I was reading about that. Oh, God, it's bad. It's so bad. SL, thank you for gifting one membership, my dear. Thank you so much. That's very sweet of you. Oh, thank you so much again. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you received one of those memberships from SL, please thank our dear SL. Appreciate you, my love. Home not currently listed for sale as far as I can see. Yeah. I mean, they they may have it privately listed, right? There's a way you can do it. It's not like on the market, but it is. I don't know how they do that, but YouTube grandma. Okay, thank you, YouTube grandma. That's fine. Thank you so much, honey. I appreciate you just being here. Um, so, and make sure you have your gifting option on YouTube grandma because if listen, if you can't afford a membership, listen, just being here is I really appreciate it. Really. Um, it all helps but just at the end of the day, hitting the thumbs up, sharing this, just your support. Thank you. Daisy, the son was found and the father is still on the run. Um, does anyone know how to turn the I don't know how to turn the memberships on or like the gifting options. Most kids that are missing is either by family or someone they know. Oh, Joyce, 1,000%, 1,000%, absolutely. Most are. I mean, when it comes to being abducted by a non-familiar person, meaning someone you've never seen, someone you've never met, someone you don't know them from Adam, Eve, whoever, right? You don't know. There's only about maybe 100 to 110 cases in the United States a year. That's it. There's 300 and what? 30, 320 million of us and 100 to 110. Think about that. that is almost unheard of, right? I mean, other than that. Kathy, thank you so much, my dear. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now, um, I agree. It's usually someone they know. It's almost always someone they know, almost always, or know of, right? I mean, you know, in the only case that, as far as abductions, that I can think of that is Michael Vaughn, like someone that they didn't know at all. Yes. Yep. That's right, Kelly. Michael Vaughn is in that category. Yes. And but even look at this. Look how close Michael Vaughn was to them. You see what I mean? Like streets over, like in this same little area, right? Oh, Amy, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you, my love. Um, I guess we do need to do an application process. I'm gonna have to make one for Clutch, or sorry, Hey Sweet Tea. You are now teacups. Look how beautiful Amy is there. Isn't she beautiful? All of you are beautiful. Every single one of you. If you received a membership, please thank Sweet Amy or Sweet SL. It's very, very sweet. I don't even know where it is. There it is. There we go.
This is a Brooklyn-bound 2 express train. The next stop is Fulton Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes.
Okay, there we go. Let's see here. She is beautiful. You all are beautiful. Every single one of you. Every single one of you. I have the best people, y'all. Like the best people. Honest to God. I'm gonna cry. Why am I gonna cry? I'm just emotional today. I don't know why. Oh, thank you so much. Um, Justin, YouTube grandma wants to know if she can share her channel link. If a mod can get it, but if she drops a link, um, it won't show. It won't show because she's not technically a mod. No. Can I share this live one? Oh, of course. Please share this live. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love you too, Amy. Thank you, Dispatch Crystal. Thank you always. Thank you always late. I try to make it a little hurricane proof though. Um, thank you, Daisy Love. Yes, YouTube grandma. Absolutely. Please share it. Please share it. I do have the greatest people. Um, I don't know. I hope, I just don't I just don't understand the things on YouTube. It's really weird. It's just really weird, and it's like we want everyone to respect our opinion, like self, but you know, it, the opposite. It's like they don't want to respect in how we believe. everyone can think differently. I don't understand it. I mean, people that can't allow others to have their opinions, I mean, really has to be rather a dull person, right? I mean, they have to be rather dull because it's an opinion, right? It doesn't mean anything other than it's a freaking opinion on, you know, I mean, think about this. Like if I was standing, I don't want to point anyone specific out, but if I came to your house, right? And I wouldn't walk up to you and look at you in the eye and say, "No, I don't like your opinions. You need to change that." Who am I to say you should change your opinion? You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean? Like, who is anyone to say that our opinion is wrong? Everyone's opinion is valid. No one knows the answers to a lot of these cases. We are all speculating and all. Exactly. Exactly, Jillian. Exactly. That's all it is. Yeah, and agree to disagree and not be so nasty about it. I'm not doing calls right here right now because this is a rather short live. Um, I love being a teacup. Yay. Thank you so much, Kathy. Nancy Joe, I don't see the three dots either. I am on my phone. Are you on an iPhone? YouTube does not like iPhones. And the reason is because um, you know, Android and all of that is, you know, works with Google and stuff. Yeah, you can email me, of course. Oh, thank you, Lisa. That's very sweet. Thank you so much. Why would Katie gain by personally hurting Sebastian? Uh, CO. Chris would have a gain. Yeah, yes. I agree, Evil Alaska. I agree. I mean, is the only thing because I really believe if Katie did this, first of all, this is her child, which people hurt their children. We see this every day, right? But I think Chris would be like, "Oh, hell no. Mm-mm." He doesn't really have, loyalty is not Chris's number one, right? Let's just be honest with you. If you're married how does someone have energy to marry 5 times? And if listen, I apologize if you've been married 5 times, but how does someone have energy or the sheer willpower to marry 5 times? I've been married once, and if something happens, I will never marry again. You could not pay unless he's a billionaire. And it's like I always say, it's kind of like Anna Nicole Smith kind of deal, right? Um, I'll push him out in the wheelchair. We'll watch sunrises and sunsets together. 1 foot, you know, in the grave, 1 foot in the banana peel, and you know, drop his dentures in some is the stuff that cleanses his dentures, whatever. I'll do that, if you're a billionaire. But other than that, I'm not really into it. I would never get married again. I love Dana Nicole Smith. Loved her. But I would marry a man after. I wouldn't marry a man after 4 times. Huge red flag. I really think, yeah, yeah. Now listen, like I get, I don't have a problem. I want to make that clear. I think a lot of people marry when they're very young, and maybe they have kids, you know, and they kind of grow apart later on in life. Um, I think that's a very common thing, or something happens, you know, after several years. But I can't imagine, you know, going out on a date with someone, being like, "Oh, have you been married?" And they're like, "Yes, yeah, I've been married 4 times." I would be like, "Okay." Mhm. Note to self: don't marry. You know what I mean? I'm on number 2. First hubby, extremely abusive. I stuck it out for 5 years. Second hubby is my forever love. Treats me like a princess. Together 35. That's awesome. That's amazing. Hey, Loli, good to see you, dear. Um, I've been married 16 years and I would never marry again. It's just too exhausting. Oh, thank you to Grandma. It's really not. My skin right now is terrible. It is so freaking dry. So dry. I was steaming the hell out of my face last night, just trying to get some moisture in it. I was putting hydrolonic acid, just trying to like get some fluid back in my face. Um, how much does Katie know of Chris' history, though? All of it or just some, and vice versa? Um, that's a fair question. That's a fair question. I mean, if you're going to marry someone, I think you should you know, research them a little bit personally. Um, Hear about 10 minutes. Hello. Oh, thank you so much, Microdot. Thank you. What lip color am I using today? I'm using L'Oreal. Um, it's a nude color. It's like number 728, I think it is. I can't remember the name. Chris just really loves wedding cake. Right. Finally getting a lot different. Yeah, I think, I'm really close, like really, 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 really close to 40. And I think it's just change, right? As we you just it's so aging is very strange to me. It's a very strange process. Time has always been something that if I think too much about it, it will literally give me an anxiety attack. It's not really so much me aging, or it's the people around me, right? The people you love. Yeah, I've got avocado. I haven't done an avocado milk mask though. I'll try that. I'll try that. Whenever you need a good laugh, go to my page and watch the last video. It's only a minute long, but hilarious. Okay, Marlene, I'll do that. Of course. I feel like I've been married 8 times after listening to Taylor Swift. Okay, let's talk about that. Put a 1 in the chat if you have listened to Taylor's new album. I need Botox really bad. I I I've had Botox for so long that I took I've taken I'm at 8 months now with no Botox. Um, because I've had so much Botox over the years, you kind of gotta let it go for a minute. Um, just the one song of Post Malone. What do y'all think about it? People either love Taylor or they don't, right? There's just really not an in between. I love Taylor Swift. I've listened to Taylor since her first hit, Tim McGraw. It's called Tim McGraw. But I didn't really like her through the I mean, her songs are catchy, right? But not this album, but the album before that. I forget what it was called. I thought that was her best album personally. Um, but her new album, Am I a Swiftie? I wouldn't I think she's a genius as far as she writes her music and you can't she I mean she's a musical genius in my opinion. But I am a country, I do love country. Country's like my heart, probably from where I grew up and how I was raised. But I love all music. I love absolutely all music. Like the Better doing country. I mean, Taylor Swift, she's her family's country, right? I mean, she's her family, they are very country people. Dolly Cash, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a Dolly Reba. Mm, yeah, Dolly Reba for sure. Those are my two country queens. Yeah, she's very talented. What is it? Doesn't Taylor Swift live in Hendersonville? I don't know. I love Patsy Cline. I love Shania Twain. Yeah. I've been using retinol in the morning and now my skin, yes. I'm trying to do uh meat granule. I don't know what that is. I have not heard that, Jen. I have not heard that. Um if there's three things I can recommend for your skin, like three things. Retinol, vitamin C, and it's a peptide with fulvuric acid and zinc. It's a combination. Yes, but I don't recommend anybody to start that until they've really graduated retinol. Yeah, tretinoin. Yeah, I mean it's by far the best, right? But unless you've got to really work your way up to that, right? Yeah, hydrolonic acid is amazing. Retinol and preparation H. Um, where do you? Never mind. Just kidding. Diaper rash cream is amazing. Uh, is amazing. The top four. Oh, really? Yeah, I do like the Ordinary products. I think they have a good chemical peel. Um, they have one of the best vitamin C's that I've tried. Yeah, stay out of the frickin'. I mean, get in the sun. You need the sun, but make sure you have some SPF one because listen, if especially if you're young, you may not see it now, but you'll see that fucking spot pop up in 20 years from now. I guarantee it. I have I have a lot of hyperpigmentation around like I'm getting them like around here. I have freckles anyways, but like right here I have it's like little spots I'm getting and I'm like shoving the vitamin C and everything to it. Um had to remove twice. Yep, I've had two spots taken off my back. So, yeah, no more baby oil laying in the sun. When we were like, you know, the 90s and 80s, early 2000s, like we were sun worshippers, right? I mean, we were literally putting Crisco on our ass and just and listen, I mean, a tan is the most beautiful thing, right? But it really, really is not good for you. I see a dermatologist in 2 weeks. I think I have some. Ooh, I hope not. Oh God, Daisy Love. We were homeless living in the Nevada desert for a few months. 2 years ago, I think it finally is coming out. Yeah, well, make sure you get that checked for sure. For sure. Um, different gel is it's a great um different gel used to be by prescription only for anybody who doesn't know what different gel is. It's a retinoid. Um and it does take a while for retinol to start working. Um you'll see the full effects in 3 months, but uh let me read the rest of this. Also, when you start, yep, yep, yeah, when you use a retinoid, you need to Um, and also, don't use any retinol during the day at all. A lot of people say, "Oh, because you can't use it in the sun." No, it has nothing to do with the sun. That is such a misconception. Well, I mean, in the fact of it's not going to burn you or anything, but retinol, once it is exposed to light, like UV rays, it is gone completely null and void from your face within 20 seconds of being exposed to UV light. Done. Whatever you put on your face, it's only moisturizing at that point. So only use retinol at night. Retinol is a vitamin A, right? Vitamin A. And anything that's vitamin A, like think of uh vegetables and stuff that has a lot of vitamin A in it. And it's always like carrots have a lot of vitamin A in it, right? It's all and where do carrots grow? Where do they grow? In the ground, right? There's no sunlight in the ground. So think of it that way. You only put retinol, any retinoids on your face at night. Only at night. Um, yes. Yep. It can be if you have extraordinarily sensitive skin. Anybody can get used to retinol. Anybody can. You just some people have to do it slowly, but it will completely change. Oh, thank you, Cassie. It will completely change your looks for the better in every sense of the word. You won't have that textured skin that we all had in, you know, the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, where it'd have like a patch of textured skin, you know what I mean? We're putting makeup over it. Um, yeah, yep, that's what you should use, Debbie. Yeah, CeraVe is a wonderful. Um, I tell you a really good, just basic, simple moisturizer, but um, it's from shit. What is it? Uh, what were we just talking about? Is it Origin? No, not Origin. I'll think of it in a minute. Uh, what's the brand that we were just talking about a second ago? God, I can't think sometimes. If it's so no, it's not a squirrel. It's called Lyme's disease, and it fucks your mind completely. It just my mind has never been the same since. You should have seen me 5 years ago. I was like this most of the time. No, Ordinary. Thank you. Ordinary. I was saying Origins. Which Origins, I love Origins. Love their products. But I'm 47 and I still have to use Proactive. Oh, Ginger Snap. Do you use retinol? You need to use retinol and you need to use um Ordinary with the zinc. It's got zinc in it, and it's those two will change you. Thank you, Dusty. Yeah, Laura. Yeah. Exfoliating. Yes. I love a good gel, like peeling exfoliator, but my favorite I'll tip your back. Snail mucin, yes. Love snail mucin. Very hydrating. It's like snail mucin is like the natural hydrolonic acid, right? Like, but um, let's see. Retinol is a game changer. I broke out at first, but now it's amazing. Yeah. I'll tell you, there's if you're looking for just a good retinol that works quickly, or they have some retinols patented that work a little bit quicker. I'll tell you two that is absolutely amazing. One is Neutrogena. Let me find it. Um, Rapid Wrinkle Repair. Rapid Wrinkle Repair. Um, and if you have, for instance, do you have like a Sam's Club, or a lot of times I'll buy mine at Sam's Club. this is a really good, and it works a little bit quicker. They have an oil too, and I love the oil. The oil's really good. Um, and another one that works kind of quickly is Rock, ROC. I love Rock products. You will see it's really good. Rock products are. Um, but if you ever suffer with any acne, yep, me too. That's what I use my makeup brush. That's what I wash my makeup brushes with too. Yep, it's exactly what I use. Go get you a Zote. It's laundry soap. That's all you need. Oh God, you see, that is the entire reason I first started wearing makeup was because I have rosacea. I have really pretty bad rosacea, and it's better at times than it is others. But recently it's been really flared up, and I have to shave every day. Every day. I only use Dove soap, cruelty free. Yeah. Oh, your blood sugar is low. You need to get something sweet to eat. Mm, psoriasis is bad. Yes. You know, snail mucin is really good for it. Um, it's really good for it. But they have a lot of good medicines for psoriasis and stuff nowadays. Any idea for my 16-year-old that suffers acne issues? They will keep putting. I was on antibiotics. I'll find a picture when I was probably 15 or 16. I had horrible acne. Horrible acne. And you know what changed everything? I was doing antibiotics. I was doing everything. I was just kept putting stuff and putting stuff and putting stuff on my face. You know what the best thing did for me? And I still use it every week to this very day. And it costs $4. And if they ever stop making it, I will find it by the truckload and buy it if I have to. Neutrogena apricot scrub. It calmed my skin down, if that makes sense. It took off all of that gunk, when you're a teenager and your pores and your hormones are just going crazy, right? And so I will, if they ever stop making that $4 scrub, I don't know what I would do because I have very expensive products, but just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's great and it doesn't make it better. Oh, thank you so much. Broad Street, thank you so much. All right, guys, I got to jump off. I got to get on the carpool line. I will be live in a little bit. We're going to be talking some true crime. I'll be live probably 6 p.m. Eastern. So make sure I second the Neutrogena product and washing. Yes. Yep. Yep. But if he has, if you have any skincare issues, again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a dermatologist. I'm just a person that has tried everything, everything, everything. Message me. I'll help you where I can. So give you advice that worked for me. It may work for you, it may not, but you can email me. Thank you all. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you all. I appreciate you all. I'll be back at 6 p.m. Eastern, maybe 7. We'll see. Maybe 5. I don't know. We'll be back in a little bit, though. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me. Love you all. Bye bye.